from our side.
All right. Okay, fine. Tabwera, come here. All right. This is Sony CGSS. That is from Malawi. And I am Mr. A Somali, the one who is trying to coordinate between you and these students.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Can the other school start HHS, I think?
the other school, about the other school, for the meantime, I don't have any information.
Okay. So today we only have HHS or Cedric?
On what syntax?
No, do we have only HHS joined today?
HHI students?
Yeah, only one school joined or two schools joined today?
Oh,
How many schools?
like from
Hello. Hi, Praveen.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, there's a new device here that you need to remove.
this
Oh.
Yeah, can you all? Yeah, I can see you all. Thanks for joining. We have Pranav, Ani, and Brian from Ignited Minds,
It's not strong.
California. I'm going to start the demo.
Okay, so we are Ignited Minds, and we're a nonprofit, and we hope to empower our students through a different variety of educational initiatives, including tutoring using our curriculum areas such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, and data science. And through a number of mediums, we hope to help students stabilize the foundation of their future STEM journeys. And we do this through a variety of mediums, such as live lessons, where we host online sessions, such as this one, video recordings, which are available on our website, blogs, which address multiple current events and interesting topics about the different areas that we're talking about, and also podcasts that are held by our core members that sometimes include outside speakers.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ani. I'll be tutoring the artificial intelligence and machine learning for the next 8 weeks. So basically, in this part of the presentation, we'll be discussing what those 8 weeks will be looking like. Can you go on to the next slide? For session 1, it'll basically be an introduction to AI and machine learning. We'll learn about the start of artificial intelligence, how it rose to such popularity, and some basic implementations that you might see in your everyday life. And then for session 2, we'll take a closer look into what AI actually is. So we'll examine the types of AI, whether that be narrow or general AI. We'll look at some applications, anything from like voice recognition models to chatbots to image and facial recognition systems. And then, then we'll do the same thing for general AI as well. For session 3, we'll look at the art of machine learning. So rather than AI, we'll look at what machine learning is, what it truly looks like. Essentially, what machine learning is that you'll use some code to train an algorithm, and the algorithm will be able to learn based off of data that you feed it. And in doing so, it can produce human-like conclusions and learn like a human can. Additionally, we'll learn about some basics of data. Eventually, if you take the data science course, you'll learn more about what data is and all that's taught with Brian. But you'll kind of basically see the types of machine learning, whether that's supervised, unsupervised, or reinforcement. Basically, if they're correction algorithms and things that make the algorithm more correct. For session 4, we'll show basically in sessions 2, we learned about AI. Session 3, we learned about machine learning. And in session 4, we'll learn about how they're interconnected. So how machine learning powers AI capabilities. If you know of ChatGPT, you'll know that they use the machine learning approach to train their artificial intelligence, and that's how you can interact with it through prompts. And that's basically what mutual reinforcement is as well. For session 5, this one's pretty long, but essentially for this session and probably the next few ones, we'll look at a few real world applications. So anything from autonomous driving with machine learning, like I mentioned earlier, we can look at some of the sensor technologies they have to detect cars and other obstacles on the road, as well as natural language processing for sentiment analysis. So taking a step back from all the quantitative applications you see of machine learning. So something more like relating to surveys and things like that. And then there's also computer vision, where you could do image or facial recognition. You often see them use CAPTCHAs for training those. And then session 6, again, it's a continuation of all this stuff. We'll look over what recommender systems are, things that are used in the real world for maybe things that you don't see as important as others, but it's still a good and new way to implement machine learning, as well as healthcare diagnosis. Basically, we'll look at AI for early disease detection, treatment, efficacy rates, and as well as finance for algorithmic trading. Session 7, we'll look at some ethical concerns, like privacy and bias, because there can be a lot of bias with the data that you feed it, and that will basically impact the like how good the data you receive from it is, as well as the societal impact. So any job displacement that's happening, because machine learning and artificial intelligence can replace a lot of pretty simplistic jobs. So you want to see which jobs those are and exactly why they're being replaced. And then for session 8, it's basically a future-facing one. So we'll be anticipating any general trends in AI and machine learning, so you guys can get a better understanding of what they're like, as well as if we do any projects during them, this will be the time to present them to show that you guys have also been doing something with what you've been learning. And that's pretty much it.
Any questions so far? That is one of the topic Ani will be mentoring and teaching students for next 8 weeks. Any questions on the topic? So these are different subjects we will be teaching: artificial intelligence, robotics. So we are just going over the topics we are going to cover in next 2 months. Go ahead, next one.
If there are no questions, I'm Pranav and I'll be teaching the robotics mentoring session. So in our first session, we'll set the stage for what's to come. We'll begin by defining robots and the significance they have in today's world. Robotics is a field that's completely shaping our future, and we'll continue to discuss the interdisciplinary nature of robotics. You'll discover how robotics blends different areas like computer science, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and this makes it a very versatile subject. Furthermore, we'll dive into the world of educational robotics. We'll introduce specifically what Vex Robotics is, which is a leading education robotics company in this field, and provide a brief history, and also why this has a very important impact in STEM education for students. In our second session, we will begin to explore the core components of Vex Robotics kits. So we'll be understanding these elements as they are crucial to building these robots. So within Vex Robotics, you'll have a lot of different kits that are tailored to different levels of complexity, such as super kits or pneumatic kits, which each have different components and different uses. We'll also take a look at some of the main components, such as the brain and radio, which are the main controllers for these Vex robots. We'll also discuss hardware elements like the motors and also the sensors, which help the robot interact with the world around it. In our third session, we will dive into the world of actually building a VEX robot. We'll walk through the process of assembling the robot step by step using online designs and videos of different types of robots, and we'll highlight the VEX robot design system, which serves as the blueprint for a robot and provides a guide throughout the entire design process. In our fourth session, we'll go into the world of programming a VEX robot. So we'll start by introducing you to the different coding platforms that VEX Robotics uses, such as VEX Code and Prose, as they are a gateway to programming VEX robots. And these will help us provide the tools and environments for you to be able to code your robot's behavior and also let it function normally. We will also cover fundamental coding basics, like how to code different motors, utilize sensors in robot movement, and also make critical decisions on your robot's programming. And these will help you create a autonomous and also responsive robot to different controllers. In our fifth session, now that we've covered all of the technical aspects of VEX robots, we will continue to talk about the educational benefits that this program will help to offer. VEX robots isn't just about building robots, it's helping build an educational future as well. So we'll start by exploring how VEX robots plays a pivotal system in supporting STEM education and see how it combines a variety of fields, as I mentioned before, such as technology, engineering, math, and also teamwork. VEX Robots is also catered to a variety of ages, so elementary, middle, and high school, VEX Robotics can apply to any of them. In our sixth session, we will explore the reach of VEX Robotics beyond just the classroom. VEX extends its impact through a lot of educational and extracurricular clubs that you can join, and also it'll help to enrich the overall educational journey. Many schools will offer these clubs, and there might be also competitions held in your region, which will help students to dive deeper into this world and end up competing with the robots. These help to foster creativity, and also it just helps to make students more passionate about robotics. In our seventh session, we will explain the world of VEX competitions, where students can compete with their robots and showcase all of their hard work that they've been working on. We'll begin by providing an overview of these competitions and how they're not just contests, but they're platforms for students to be able to demonstrate their engineering and problem-solving skills. Also, we will explain options for how you could be able to compete at your own tournament using a VEX robot that you've created on your own, and how they might be able to qualify for their own spot in the World Championships held in the US.
All right, so hello, my name is Brian Jane, and I will be mainly teaching the mentoring sessions for data science. So data science is a rapidly evolving job that is becoming very important over time. And every decision is made by either the businesses, government, or any organization you can think of revolves around making it based on the data it collects. And data scientists, basically what they do is they use techniques to make conclusions on this data, and they get paid a lot for it. So I'll be covering an overview of data science in my first session, including data science and its significance, the role of data science, and the impact of data science. So in session 2, we will be going over fundamental concepts of data science, which are prerequisites for doing data science in the first place. And this obviously includes getting data in the first place. So the first thing you need is obviously data. And to find and deal with that, you need data collection, data pre-processing, and data analysis. And these concepts can then be used to perform machine learning and predictive modeling, and which is usually the goal of data science projects. Machine learning essentially means making an algorithm for a computer to be able to learn things on its own and perform tasks without human involvement, which you can learn from the trends in the data you supply. So you have to make sure the data is accurate and significant, which you can make sure of by collecting the data in a good way and pre-processing the data in a good way, which means eliminating bad data and doing things such as that. So, for example, if you had a data set about people's wealth based on their characteristics, predictive models could be built based on these data sets to predict wealth based on these characteristics, based on trends in the data set. So the next step is actually creating these models using the data science workflow, which is a process that I will be talking about in session 3, and is a process that must be followed in pretty much every single data science project to ensure a complete project. And I will be going over data acquisition, data cleaning and transformation, exploratory data analysis, and model building and evaluation, which are basically the steps in the data science workflow. And after that, you will have deployment and monitoring, which basically means keeping up with your model over time to make sure it adapts to changes and keeps being modern. So the fourth session will go in depth about the data science process. So after you deploy a model to be used in the real world by companies of the general public, it is important to upgrade and enhance and maintain these models over time so they keep up with the changing nature of the world. And there may be problems or bugs to fix over time as well. So data science has a very iterative or repetitive nature. So in the sense that as the world changes, the data about the world will change as well. And so since these models are obviously based on data, they must keep up and adapt with the changing data of the real world, which is why the data science field is very rapidly evolving. And so to keep up with this rapidly evolving world, you need to collect, clean, and explore your data, develop your models, test and refine your models, and deploy and maintain your models over time. And it is important to continuously improve your models. So after going through the first 4 sessions, which will cover mainly theoretical data science, I will then dive deeper into actually applying data science and using the data science techniques in your projects, which can be easily done with computers and programming knowledge. And those are important to build algorithms and models as well. So Python and R are very widely used programming languages for data science. So those will be taught to you. And data visualization libraries and machine learning frameworks are parts of these programming languages that make coding easier. So I will be going over those as well. So I will then be going over the real world application of data science in great detail to explain to you guys why you are learning about this in the first place, after you have developed all your basic data science knowledge and skills. So it can be applied virtually anywhere, from business and marketing analytics to healthcare and to even finance. And in the next session, I will show how data science impacts you and everyone around you and the huge role it plays in your daily life. It may recommend ads to you or personalize them, or with social media algorithms, but even outside of electronics, it can also affect the brands around you and the decisions made by your government and the organizations around you. And it has a huge impact on you as a consumer as well. And as the final session of what we have planned so far, I will end off with a final thought on the future of data science, to leave you wondering about the possibilities and hopefully motivate you to pursue your own data science projects about these possibilities, such as AI, big data, the Internet of Things, or data-driven decision-making, which can all have a big impact on the world around you. So yeah, do you guys have any questions? Those are all of the sessions for data science.
Yeah, those are the 3 different subjects we will be teaching next 2 to 3 months. Other than basic physics, mathematics, and chemistry, we will be teaching them too. If anybody needs help on the basic concepts of these subjects. So total will be 6 different sessions: physics, math, chemistry, AI, machine learning, robotics, and data science. So students interested in any of the 6 session topics, they can register, and we will have a separate sessions for each of them. Any questions so far? Cedric, do you have any questions, or Evancio?
It seems for the meantime we don't have.
Cedric, go ahead.
Yeah, it seems, yeah, you can proceed.
No, we are done with what the topics we are going to cover in next 2 to 3 months. These are the topics will be covered. So as I mentioned earlier, Cedric, so we have 3 specialized topics which students can learn. And you also know about robotics. If students are part of robotics competitions, they have opportunity to come to US in April. Every year in April, students from almost 40 countries come to US and compete in robotics. So they have an opportunity to do that as well.
Okay.
So we will share the recording with all of you. But if you have any questions, feel free to email us, or coordinate with Cedric and let us know in your WhatsApp text message. You can reach us anytime.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So if
Yeah,
no one
yeah.
has any other questions, we can wind up the session.
Yeah, it seems for the meantime nobody is having a question. You will not proceed. Maybe our friends from HHI.
Okay.
So is this closing?
Hi.
Hi, Praveen.
How are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm good.
I'm sorry, I was in another class with another set of students, but unfortunately, I think our connectivity is giving us trouble.
Okay.
And so we will rely very much on the recording so that the other students who did not participate can also run over it.
Sure. Pranav, please.
Yeah.
Pranav will share the link in the same group, the WhatsApp group.
Yes.
Yeah, you can share it with anyone.
Yeah, sure. So otherwise, I'm glad that Insoni students are also participating, just like HHS students.
Yeah, glad
So
to
we
see all of
started
you.
very well.
Yeah.
So St. Andrews was not able to join us. I hope we'll also have a makeup class for them.
Sure. Sounds good.
Otherwise, I have nothing to say. Thank you so much, and over. I need to attend to the other class. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.